Good morning, my brothers and sisters. It's episode 261 of Be With Me 7 Minutes of Biblical Wonder. Except I'm not sure I'm very good company today. And as far as being with me, I'm just feeling sort of grouchy about this scripture. And you'll see why. I feel like I'm a third of the way through a passage and maybe a tenth of the way to the understanding. And I just ended up with today, I feel like I've got complaints. So it's a little bit of a different spirit today. Let me read the passage and you'll see why I've been raging against the Lord for the last hour or so. This is Luke chapter 12, verse 22. And the passage title, which makes me mad, says, "Do not be anxious." Verse 22. And he said to his disciples, "Therefore I tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat, or about your body, what you will put on. For life is more than food, the body more than clothing. Consider the ravens. They neither sow nor reap. They have neither storehouse or barn, yet God feeds them. Of how much more value are you than the birds? And which of you, by being anxious, can add a single hour to his span of life? If then you are not able to do as small a thing as that, why are you anxious about the rest?" So, Lord, just honestly, I have complaints this morning, and I feel a frustration with this passage. In this, you ask us to take care of these things, like all these things, our whole life. I was just thinking about the television. You've got Project Runway about clothing, and CrossFit Games about body, and Ninja Warrior about athleticism. You've got the British Baking Show about food and salt, fat, acid, heat, about food. So, I mean, our life is full of this stuff. Our life is full of HGTV and Pelotons and food pyramids and cuisine magazine and health magazines and exercise classes and virtual exercise classes and diets. And so if I'm not going to be concerned, so life is full of this stuff is my point, and if I'm not going to be concerned about some of these things, who's going to be concerned about them if I'm not? And then this part about the ravens, this just made me even madder. Consider the ravens, and the ravens are being used as a good example in this story. Now, God feeds the birds, and they don't sow, they don't reap, they don't store, they don't have barns compared to the rich fool. And then at the end it says that God values them, yet God feeds them, he values them. And he says, you're more valuable than that, so I guess that's good. And then he puts your limitations right in your face. Life, who can add a single hour to his span of life? It's actually literally, who can add a single cubit, a length of measurement? It basically says, who can make life 1 inch longer? You can't do it. And yet people are all full in ICUs struggling for life. Why are you anxious? So there's stuff that's above our pay grade in this passage, and yet it's the stuff of life. So he wants us to concern ourselves a bit for all these things: exercise, diet, food, but not too much. Don't be overly. So it's like this linear time thing. You are supposed to be direct your attention and your care for, but not be anxiously caring for. You don't want to be encumbered with these things. We don't want to have an apprehension, the Greek word. I even looked that up. So I just feel insulted that this is about birds, that you give us. It's almost like a trick. We're supposed to care for it, our bodies and our minds and our hearts, and the Bible's full of stuff that we're supposed to be doing. And yet, don't be anxious about it. Don't be over-occupied. It seems like a fine line, and, probably I haven't done a great job with the fine line, and maybe you haven't either, and so I think and then I feel insulted that you're using birds as examples of this, and then, of course, I'm forgetting the Lord's sovereignty, the value here. The cool thing, I guess, is that God is valuing me. He's valuing birds, and he's saying, I'm valuing you more than that. So let's just talk about birds. Amazing, beautiful, pleasing, sort of miraculous that they can fight gravity and make families, and they're simple. This simple, amazing thing is used as a good example. I just don't know why they're just making me so mad this morning. So I agree that life is more than these things. We have a soul. We have an eternity. You've set eternity in our hearts, as it says in Ecclesiastes. I agree, and we just got done with the rich young fool story, where he's not in control, and we're not, ultimately in control as well. So I am ending today's podcast with complaints and raging and fist in a little spiritual way against God. I probably don't understand the passage yet. So I just thought it might be good for you to see me be mad at God or whatever I am this morning. I just feel like this passage is too tricky, maybe not to understand, but to do. And I don't know, to feel mad about the birds too. So I guess I'm raging against God in my mild sort of a way, agreeing with him that life is more than all this. And I'm sure I'll take comfort one of these days about him valuing me, and contented. I'm probably too much of a control freak. So welcome to Be With Me. I'm sorry I was such bad company. If you don't get too turned off, I'll see you tomorrow. Maybe we'll fix this problem. I love you, my brothers and sisters. Thanks for staying with me.